Hello everyone, I all hope you have very much quite have a wonderful day and quite have a wonderful, blessed morning and a great day indeed, guys. As you can see, guys, today is quietly completely cloudy as it is as well. So the weather is quietly balanced as well. Despite that, guys, I'm very superly grateful for your guys' support and for you guys exactly commenting on TikTok and also on shorts and also on long videos in YouTube. And from those of you also quietly completely subscribing in both in YouTube and in TikTok as well, completely means a lot to me. Very grateful for all of you guys, and please continue to support me and please continue to support me and stay with me on my journey. I hope those of you quietly in TikTok have received the photos and the pictures, which you're quietly able to see as well. Because in YouTube, you guys already have the pictures as well about the characters and about the supervillains as well, which is quietly on even both sides. Despite that, guys, your support still completely means a lot. Let's keep pushing and let's keep going harder, no matter how hard it is. Let's keep going. Let's keep doing exactly what we're doing, no matter what, because one way or the other, an unexpected thing will happen while we keep on doing what we're doing. But despite that, guys, I'm still totally grateful for you guys. Keep on telling your friends and family to subscribe on my channel in below your YouTube, in below your YouTube channel, and also in TikTok, which you'll both be able to find there as well. But regardless of that, I'm still grateful for you guys. Continue on to stay with me on my journey means a lot. Have a blessed day and a great blessed weekend. I'll see you tomorrow on Friday, which you all know the circumstances on Friday, which I'll explain to you all on Friday, not exactly today or at the end of this episode. Let me just make it quick. Either way, thank you. Let's get on to business. Today's episode, we're to speak about Deathhand, who is a powerful mercenary and a greater assassin and also a super villain and a member of an ancient secret society of supervillains known as the Galactic, with the sole purpose and goal of controlling many known worlds and many known worlds and many known worlds and planets and star systems, and also by conquering and also by placing the sole control over the prison worlds and over the prison planets as well, to which has been their sole goal and their sole mission as well. Their true purpose within these goals is to have sole superior control over the entire star system of the sacred universe and of the known universe, in the process to furthering the ultimate goal and plan to making sure that all the races and all the species of the sacred universe and of sacred society will be able to be unified as one powerful, be able to be unified as one powerful species, one powerful species of a kind that can exactly gain its true superiority, power and control and dominion over many known worlds and many known sacred great nations in the process. And Deathhand is very exceptionally skilled in conquering many known planets and many known worlds for his people and for his followers as well. So let's get right into it. In Deathhand's early life, he was a powerful, sinister mercenary and assassin, and one of the most wanted and feared out of all the other mercenaries assassins throughout sacred society. According to the Seven Nation Hunters, Deathhand is very powerful, highly exceptionally skilled in hand-to-hand combat, and also in a great power of super strategist and tactician. During his early life, Deathhand began a long, sinister, dark ambition in conquering many known worlds, many known planets, many known star systems by the aiding of his followers and by the aiding of his people, to which they all exactly created a huge unified army that can exactly cripple and destroy dozens of sacred nations, of sacred great nations within sacred society of the entire sacred universe. Deathhand had a dark, everlasting ambition that exactly created nothing but destruction and terror throughout the other sacred great nations. In the process, through all this being done, the Seven Nation Hunters were forced to wage war with Deathhand's forces and his people, to which created many collateral damage in the fiercest, to which created many collateral damage in the fiercest conflict of the carnage of the war itself, resulting in many villages, in many magical villages, clans, and great small nations being heavily being destroyed and being heavily being ravaged by the war that Deathhand and the seven nation hunters were completely waging by against each other as well. To that end, the Four Nation Hunters exactly discovered that the war between the Seven Nation Hunters and Deathhand was spiral out of control. They thought it's best to maintain it and to controlling it before it completely literally inflicts itself upon humanity and upon sacred society itself as well, before it gets even far worse. To which the Four Nation Hunters gladly exactly existed and aided the Seven Nation Hunters to fighting one of their most greatest and most powerful, unpredictable enemy known as Deathhand. Deathhand exactly reassured the Seven Nation Hunters and the Four Nation Hunters that he will be back to finish what he started after they lost friggin' confrontation. And he told the rest of his forces and his people to literally disappear during the fiercest of the confrontation, warning the Four Nation Hunters and the Seven Nation Hunters that he will return with a very powerful supreme and greater formidable army and armada that will stop at nothing to conquering the sacred great nations and all the other villages by placing it under its sole control, and that will not be stopped by any Seven Nation Hunters or the Four Nation Hunters, to which he gladly gave them a very powerful, distant, disturbable warning that marked that he will return, and that he will return with great power and with great sophisticated armadas that will be under his sole control as well. Over the following years, after Deathhand's greatest attack to the other great small nations and villages of the great sacred nations of the sacred world, the Seven Nation Hunters and the Four Nation Hunters took higher precaution to making sure that Deathhand and the rest of his followers will become one higher priority for them, to make sure that they became one of the most wanted supernatural criminals throughout sacred society. In doing so, they created wanted posters and greater secretive books and powerful secretive books and collection books of the most deadliest, powerful mercenaries, supernatural forces, deadly supernatural criminals, and forces of evil, and all of them ahead as well within that periodic time. Through that end, Deathhand's reputation became well known throughout sacred society, not within human society. The entire known alien worlds and sister planets know very well that Deathhand has become nothing but a harbinger of destruction and a harbinger of total death and of total demise of its own, due to the name being Deathhand as well. Over the following years, Deathhand exactly took great liberty to remaining within the shadows, making sure that he will never be detected or be unknown by his enemies or especially to the Four Nation Hunters and to the Seven Nation Hunters, to which his people were exactly forced to lay low and the rest of his armies were forced to lay low. To which gave him the proper time and the proper technique for him he needed in order to create more powerful, sinister mercenaries and greater assassins and greater soldiers and armies and greater refugee armies and soldiers to his greater cause, to which he was able to do in a matter of one fell swoop. Deathhand exactly discovered that it's best that he lays low and maintains his true discrepancy. During his earliest life, he formed a very long-term partnership with Ghostmaster and also with Stillface, to which the three of them exactly shared a common interest, but he exactly provided Ghostmaster with personal information and also gave Stillface personal intelligence. In return, the two most deadly powerful super criminals would also provide him with the same resources and with the same influential, to which that the three of them exactly were able to find common ground due to their goals being the opposite of each other as well. On the near ending of the early years of Deathhand's early life, he's been within his central headquarters, operating and maintaining within the shadows, building higher sophisticated destructive technology and higher advanced airship fleet and hot air balloons and battle cruisers and greater battleships, ready and preparing for wars that he's about to engage in. Before he was precisely about to engage in those wars, Lord Victor Darkus, who is a descendant of the great Darkus Four Nation Hunter family, who was a founder and leader of the ancient secret society of supervillains known as the Galactic, came to Deathhand, telling him that he has a powerful proposition that might exactly intrigue him to his very highest quality, a proposition that might exactly aid them both to their respective goals, since they are solely aligned to one another. To which Deathhand exactly decided it's best to join forces with Lord Victor, realizing that his goals and his plans will be highly accomplished by joining forces with others like him who share the same different goal as well. To which Lord Victor exactly told Deathhand that there are many others he has recruited to joining forces with him and to joining forces with his organization and his ancient secret society, to which they're willing to exactly extending their powerful resources and their connections their expertise and their talents to be become very much highly invaluable to his goal and to his ultimate plans, to which could also help him furthering his goal and speeding up the process of his greater ultimate plans in the early process of his true goals, to which Deathhand exactly complied and told Lord Victor he'll be very much happily and eagerly, very much happy and quickly able to oblige joining forces with the members of the Galactic and to become a long time friend and a greater long time associate, to which he shook hands with Lord Victor Dawkins and exactly told him that he's hereby an official member of the Galactic and that he's welcome to participate as a full member of the group and that he's been inducted into the organization and to the secret society of supervillains known as the Galactic as well. To which Deathhand exactly told Lord Victor he will provide him with the exact same resources and with the exact same powerful expertise he does also have due to his great military might and to his great battle tactics and to his great tactician. He has been able to study the art of war as well as all the other members have as well. To which Lord Victor Dawkins seemed very enlightened and very pleased about that as well. On the actual 16 of April, Deathhand exactly was within the central headquarters of his great ancient dark temple, training and drilling his new mercenaries and assassins to a greater combat, teaching on how to utilize the swords, weapon, and how to utilize the swords, weapon, and its greater power, to which he told the students on how to exactly practice hand-to-hand combat and the greater tactician along with it, to which he exactly able to exactly enlist them that he might need their help for their greater plan and also for their greater futuristic plans as well. On the 20th of May, Deathhand and the rest of his forces exactly reconvene with the dark magic users known as the Dark Druids, the Dark Witches, and the Dark Faithful on an ancient powerful pristine dark cave that had ancient powerful statues of great frog creatures, of great frog creatures and monsters, and great of a powerful ancient dark druid and of a powerful ancient dark witch as well, which were quietly on the opposite side of the caves as well. To which Deathhand exactly told the dark magic users he would most likely need the expertise and a great help would due to them using dark magic and scientific knowledge, which will be very much highly invaluable and very much highly needed for his greater plans. To which the dark magic users agreed they'll be more than happy to lend their resources to the members of the Galactic and their services to the organization as well. On the actual 15th of June, Deathhand and the rest of his forces began a huge incursion attack on the entire sacred village that's quietly within sacred society, to where his forces of assassins and mercenaries began initially staging huge raids by using powerful southern battle cruiser ships that are highly advanced for them to participate in those raids, to which Deathhand was quietly present within those greater raids. He was able to fight up against the most powerful Four-Nation hunter known as Vargol Starwood, to where Vargol Starwood is a high-ranking member of the Alliance and a high-ranking member of the Universal Heroes as well, and also the allies of the Universal Heroes, to which he began clashing with Vargol Starwood. During the battle, and to which Vargol Starwood exactly realized that Deathhand is very highly skilled in hand-to-hand combat and also in marksmanship, to which Deathhand exactly told the rest of his forces to retreat and to exactly leave the resources as they are, since he's managed to gain proper intelligence and proper information on the new threat that the Four-Nation hunters have improved their powers and the great ingenuity of their abilities as well. On the actual 26th of July, Deathhand was able to reconvene with Lord Victor throughout the actual central headquarters of the Galactic central headquarters, which was quietly within the ancient mountains of the Dark Worlds and of the other dark planets. To Lord Victor Darkness exactly told Deathhand that he should never underestimate the Four-Nation hunters, and that they become highly powerful and highly insufficient, and that they and that they managed to actually join forces with the Universal Heroes makes them highly unlikely predictable and also unlikely unpredictable, and they're too dangerous not to be underestimated, which Deathhand exactly told Lord Victor Darkness that he's managed to gain greater information and greater intelligence on what the enemy is planning due to his raids, due to his greater raids that he's been using. Instead of creating a huge fleet and armadas to lay waste, he decided it's best to test the enemy's military might and their strength and their full collaboration with the Universal Heroes, to which he was able to gain with ease, as well as was able to tell Lord Victor Darkness about that as well. On the actual 17th of August, Deathhand was completely present within his central headquarters, within his actual central headquarters of the dark mysterious temple island, to where he still trained his mercenaries of assassins and greater assassin students in swordsmanship training, to where the members of the sacred team known as the covert team that works on the behalf of the Universal Heroes and on behalf of the United Heroes were able to infiltrate the island or to discover that Deathhand is quite literally within the island, and that he's the leader of the island and the leader and a member of a high-ranking, powerful, sinister intergalactic organization that's very ancient and very, very dangerous and very powerful as well. To also able to gain full information that Deathhand is, after all, the most powerful, deadliest assassin, the most ruthless of all the others. Before they're about to leave the island itself, Deathhand and the rest of the other mercenaries appeared and told the members of the sacred team that the island has greater hidden visionary sensories that have been put around its block, and that no one leaves it without him knowing about it. To which they fought and clashed to a very sinister duel, where he was able to literally outmatch the enemy and completely taking him down one after the other, and exactly told the leader of the sacred team that the Galactic will soon have sole superior control over the entire sacred universe and over the entire known universe. To that end, the members of the sacred team blast their way out of the island and literally escaped on a flying jet. Deathhand exactly told the rest of the assassins that there's only for them to fight against them when they managed to acquire what they persistently needed due to the intelligence gathering as well. On the 18th of September, Deathhand exactly was able to meet up with the Dark Druids and with the Dark Witches on a powerful dark asteroid base, to where they were able to practice the dark sinister experiment notation by combining science with dark magic altogether. The leader of the Dark Druid and the leader of the Dark Witches and the leader of the Dark Faithful began demonstrating to Deathhand their power and their greatest ability to the member of the Galactic as well, to which they began a huge demonstration of dark magic and science by extracting shadow energy and magical powers and abilities from all other worldly planets, which are quietly in close proximity to the other sister magical worlds within the entire sacred magic universe and within the entire sacred universe itself as well, to which drew the attention of the Universal Magic Heroes in order for them to begin specifically fighting up against them. Deathhand exactly told the dark magic users that it's time for them to begin the failsafe that they meant, to begin the actual failsafe that they meant to actually use right away. To which the Dark Druids and the Dark Witches and the Dark Faithful began to agree it is definitely time to begin that failsafe, to which they begin highly activating it and getting it ready for full-time battle. To which it completely began activating, and the failsafe destroyed the entire asteroid base, and the dark magic users and Deathhand completely disappeared. The energy of magic and the energy of the life force of all the planets return back to normal before the magic Universal Heroes can even land a blow. When the enemies completely destroy their base, Universal Magic Girl realized that the enemy is becoming highly unpredictable and that Deathhand is the one responsible for this mess and for the entire mess and carnage of itself as well. On the actual 24th of October, Deathhand was able to meet up with the sacred leader console of the sacred great nation known as the Dust Nation, to where he actually told him on the great chamber, to which on the great chamber that had only had little bits of great statues of little monster statue and creatures and great big statues of the great previous founding members and leaders of the great Dust Nation, to where the chamber quietly houses them on the back of the chamber itself, and where the other statues are completely on the opposite direction, on the opposite side of the entire chamber. To which Deathhand was able to meet up with the sacred council of the Dust clan and exactly told him that he must hold up his end of his bargain, and he must maintain his end of his agreement, to which is exactly specifically important for the Galactic to proceed on his plan. The council member exactly reassured Deathhand that the members and the sleeper agents being embedded within the Dust Nation are ready, fulfilling their sole activity, making sure that the aid and the goals of the Galactic are ready to take place, no matter what. Deathhand seemed very, very highly pleased, meaning that it's time for the phase to begin. On the actual 16th of November, during the sacred exams, during the great sacred exams, when the great sacred nations, when the great sacred nation of the great sacred nation of the great sacred nation of the Sun Nation and of the great winter nation of all the other and on half of the other great little villages nation hosted the great sacred exams, Deathhand and the other powerful secret sleeping agents began a powerful conspiracy in order to getting and obtaining a powerful sinister warlock and a powerful sinister witch and a wizard in order for them to use their powers and their abilities for their own ends, to which the entire collaboration of the sinister conspiracy ended badly when the founding leader of the Dust Nation realized that the forces of evil are literally beginning to work together during the time of the sacred exams in order to use them as a huge cover-up to begin their sinister master plan. The Dust leader and founder, the great Dust leader and founder of the Dust Nation fought up against the conspiracy Dust Elder, fought up against the great Elder of the Dust Council, and was able to completely subdue him and taking him down. Deathhand exactly revealed himself from the shadows and exactly told him that the Galactic's plans have already succeeded and they've already been able to procuring to take the rightful position. To that end, he told them that his intervention did nothing but to give them the upper hand in the battle, to which Deathhand gladly disappeared within the great desert known as the Sacred Desert of the Ones, to where he completely disappeared and vanished during the carnage of the battle in the Desert Storm, to where he told the leader and that the Galactic's plans have already been implemented and that everything is set the way it's supposed to be as well. On the actual 8th of December, Deathhand was able to specifically meet up with the other sleeper agents Drew on his different headquarters, which was a powerful different cave that houses many experimental creatures and stasis cryogenetic freeze pods that are kept in cryogenic freeze pods, where Deathhand was able to tell his sleeper agents that it's time for them to fulfill their sole activity and their mission and their goal, no matter what, and that the promise of the goal must be maintained, no matter what the price it is, and no matter the circumstances, to where the sleeper agents agree, then that is exactly what they'll do as well. On the 18th of January, Deathhand exactly attended a video audience with the members of the Galactic, where he told them that everything else has been analyzed and ready to proceed according to phase 1 and according to phase 2. To Lord Victor Darkness exactly told him that everything else is quietly being put into place, and the members of the Galactic have finally agreed, then it's time for them to move forward with the next step of the plan. On the 15th of February, Deathhand reconvened with the dark magic users and with the dark druids on an ancient dark cave that had no statues and anything else, but rather than ancient paintings on how beings and creatures can use shadow energy not to infuse themselves, rather to use the power of shadow energy to becoming one with the energy's power and to using it in order to empower their powers and their ability in a different way than to what the original Lord of Magic actually did. To where Deathhand exactly told them that it's time for them to improvise the new tactic, because he's come up with a plan that might put an end to the mighty universal heroes, and that universal man is the one piece of the puzzle that they need to keep him alive at all costs. The dark magic users agreed they are willing to do whatever it takes to make sure the Galactic remains in control, and Deathhand exactly told them it's time for them to proceed with the plan. Despite this, guys, Deathhand is very highly ambitious, very powerful, very skilled, super strategist and super tactician, very highly skillful in hand-to-hand combat, swordsmanship, the power of using guns, weapons, taser blades, disappearing, reappearing at will, and the power of opening portals of interdimensional portal due to the technology due to the alien destructive technology he possesses as well. Very highly resourceful, very highly influential, very highly super strategist and a tactician, superly immortal, highly greater and long due to his own gravity. He believes that he's destined to controlling the entire sacred universe and all the other prison world. Very good in forming powerful, formidable allies, one of the most strongest and greater super criminals and super criminals of the members of the galactic, to which he's willing to aid them and abet them with their goals and with a serious mission as well, to which he offers them higher, greater consideration. So he's a very high-ranking member of the organization and of the secret society as well. And the members of the galactic have learned to respect Deathhand, as Deathhand completely respects the members of the galactic and the founder and the leader of the society and of the organization itself, known as Lord Victor Darkness. He believes in Lord Victor Darkness's goals and is fully, highly obligated and devoted to making sure that the organization's goals bear fruit, because he too has a dark ambition, and through that dark ambition was able to gain powerful, mysterious followers and greater, higher, sinister mercenaries who are able to aid him and abet him. He's very highly resourceful and very highly, exceptionally skilled, very good in maintaining his individual bases of operation, such as powerful ancient caves and dark ancient caves, and a very powerful different hideouts that are quietly scattered across the entire sacred great nations, across the entire sacred great nations, sister worlds and planets, as well as the central headquarters, which is an island temple, which is a powerful island temple that's highly protected by highly advanced technology and greater sensory technology. He's very good with the power of detection, very good quietly in trusting the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders, highly respecting them, and they also respect him as well. Also very good in forming formidable allies with the dark druids and with the dark witches and with the dark faithful and with sinister warlords and with sinister operatives and criminals and deadly council members of the entire sacred great nations, to which he's aiding them and abetting them with their goals and with their respective mission to capture one of the most powerful creatures, one of the most ancient creatures that possess greater ancient enormous amounts of power and enormous amounts of energy, to which they can use that power and that energy to create an all-out war and an all-out conflict, to which the galactic will slowly be able to expand its operation and its goals in a very higher cure rate, to speeding up its process for supreme control and for supreme dominance. Despite that, Deathhand possesses a huge fleet of huge battle cruisers, airship fleets, hot air balloons, greater armies, soldiers, mercenaries, followers, assassins, powerful loyal Shadow Empire warlords and evil warlords, and all the other sinister warlocks and druids and all the others completely follow him and literally believe in his goal. He does have a dark ambition and a long everlasting goal to conquering known worlds, and he's one of the most greatest and sinister ancient adversaries of the 7 Nation Hunters and of the 4 Nation Hunters, to which he's been waging war with them for the past few years. And due to his long gravity, he has learned to be patient and very highly to be observant and not repeating the same failings again. He felt very quietly bad due to the passing of the original Lord of Magic, and he decided it's best not to take any mistakes in underestimating the power of the universal heroes and of the allies that they managed to form, and not to ever repeat his failings due to his past mistakes. And he decided it's best to use the universal heroes and the 4 Nation Hunters of the Intergalactic Coalition as pawns in order to cripple the Universal Prince and the members of the Order of the 12's plans and of their goals and of the founders and of the Order of the 5's goals and their plans in the process. He's very quietly good to his true allies, such as Ghostmaster and such as Stillface, to which I told you before, they do share a personal partnership and a personal friendship and a personal relationship, that the three of them have been aiding and abetting each other for many years and for many years to come. He knows that Firebird is, after all, the daughter of Ghostmaster, and that Stillface is also, after all, the nephew of Ghostmaster, or rather the cousin of Ghostmaster, to which I don't know exactly where I put him along. But despite that, he respects Ghostmaster, and the two of them completely respect Deathhand. Highly respectful, resourceful, keen-minded, highly skeptical, very highly manipulative, deceptive, also ruthless, merciless, skillful in marksmanship, detection, lying, seeing, believing, hearing heartbeats beating without any other scent, very good in greater intelligence and obtaining information, using his allies in a different way rather than to not rather than to not allow him, rather than to not exactly allow them to use him. But in also doing so, he gives them what they want in return. They provide him the same thing he seeks as well. Highly respectful of the organization's goals, and he believes in them since he has his own goals and his own plans, and he believes in the founder and leader's goals, known as Victor Dawkins' goals and plans, to which the two of them have become long-time friends and associates, willing to aid each other with their respective goals and with a common interest. So do does the other members of the Galactic, to which he respects and to which he's willing to give them all the resources he has at his disposal. Very powerful, sinister, highly dangerous, and deadly. According to the Four Nation Hunters, to the Four Nation Hunters and to the members of the Universal, you're telling them this, that Deathhand is one of the most dangerous and unknown forces of adversaries that the Seven Nation Hunters have been hunting him down for decades and for many years to come. It is thanks to him that so many other villages have been ravaged by war and that he's been willing to destroy them in the process. Due to this, he has gained a reputation to work in the shadows and controlling events from behind the scenes by controlling worlds, planets, and sister worlds, and by creating bribes and many manipulation events throughout the following years that have come throughout sacred history and throughout the entire history of sacred magic history and throughout within Seven Nation Hunter history as well. Very highly ambitious, highly resourceful, and also powerful. Truly, totally deadly. Very, very keen-minded, highly observant, 12th level intellected, very intelligent, very good in subduing his enemy, has a long time of being patient, wiser, very clever, cunning, loves taunting his enemies, and also very skeptical of the intentions, shares a greater fascination over Firebird and over the members and the allies of the Four Nation Hunters of the Universal Heroes as well. Very good in what he does and a long-time member of the Galactic. Well, that's it for today's episode, guys. I'll exactly see you tomorrow on Friday. I'll upload these episodes both on TikTok and on YouTube. On tomorrow on Friday, I'll upload the other video on Shorts and the long one on TikTok. You guys on Friday, you receive Friday's episode on Monday, to which you'll be able to do so. Appreciate your guys' support and love it, and I'm completely grateful. Have a blessed day and a great week as well. Enjoy yourself and also take care of yourself. Keep pushing and keep working hard and never give up, no matter what. Today's episode is Deathhand and a supervillain and a member of the Galactic. Well, that's it for today. Love you and appreciate you. Like and subscribe in Below Yours channel in YouTube and in TikTok. And I appreciate you guys following me and commenting. It means a lot. Keep doing that and keep pushing and stay strong. God bless you and take care of yourself. Bye.